The White Album, the Beatles.
Earth, Wind and Fire, Tower of Power.
Dizzy Up the Girl by the Goo Goo Dolls. Sublime.
Every time I hear that album, any single song on it, I just liked the way they made me feel.
Wow, I can actually feel something while listening to this.
Pretty powerful experiences back then.
When I was a kid, staying home from school sick, I used to listen to my big brother Norman's 50s records. I'd put a stack of records on and listen to these groups, and was just amazed at the sound and wondered how on earth they got that sound. And it happened at a very early age. I might have been 5 or 6, and I think that's when I really fell in love with music. It became part of my life from that point. Guitar is my main instrument, and I picked that up at 12. I got into a band called the Odds and Ends. We played for the parties and sock hops, dances, teen center. After that, got into a band and started this Irish group called the Shenanigans, and also Big Daddy, this group that did today's songs in the 50s style. And we had a hit in England, and we went over there with our version of Dancing in the Dark, which was by Bruce Springsteen. The funniest thing was when we passed Bruce Springsteen's song coming down from #1.
My name is Alan McMorris, and I'm 17 years old. Mainly, I guess I would have to say I'm a drummer. Enema of the State by Blink-182, 5th grade, rock on. It was the first time that I'd actually heard music and felt actually connected with it. I know it must have just hit me right at the time. I was, beginning my little end of 5th grade, like getting into middle school and hormones and all that business, that kind of music really just hit me at the right time, It was the first time where I heard music, and it was more than just hearing it in the car. It was more like, it was actually more speaking to me. And I just felt like someone out there actually kind of understood me.
My name is Zachary Morris. I'm 19. I'm a guitar player. I started playing guitar in the 9th grade, and that was kind of when I really got inspired to start playing. Started getting more interested in music. Stuff I was hearing was actually a big influence in me deciding I wanted to make music myself. The first album or song that I heard that really made me start getting serious about music, or like I began to get conscious to the whole idea as music is having a purpose other than just being ambiance. I originally was going to be like, yeah, like Blink-182 and stuff, but I really wasn't really conscious. It was just kind of fashionable. I think the real piece of music that really touched me had to be actually the soundtrack to West Side Story. I was in a folk band by myself for a while. I was really into Bob Dylan at the time. I was really into like wanting to change the world. Not really knowing what that meant, of course. Actually, I wrote more about changing the world than actually how I was going to change the world. I didn't know what I was talking about. In retrospect, looking back on those things I wrote about, like I feel very underinformed at that time. But it was important because I thought I was doing something important then. I thought I was creating something special, and to a certain extent, it is special. It contributed to my development, so I was able to become conscious to what I was feeling just by putting it to musical notes, the natural sounds of the universe, being able to like relate to that, be part of it.
There's a quote by the comedian George Carlin that I really like, which he says, "Music and art are glimpses into what humanity could have been had not the traders and priests gotten hold of us," which I really like, because it's just talking about humanity at its essence, humanity at its purest and at its most beautiful and at its rawest, kind of just pure emotion coming out of human minds. And that's kind of what I feel music really is at its purest. It's just human drama and human love and human anger and human pain. Real music is really easy to connect with on a very basic level. which makes it so appealing to so many people, and which is why it's so easy for so many people to just connect so deeply with it.
It's a great way to express yourself, obviously. The thing that's magic to me about music, the most magical thing is to write something out of nothing and be able to transmit a feeling or an emotion without touching anybody, and just with a voice and a guitar. To transmit a feeling that way and creating it from scratch is very magical and beautiful to me.
Certainly is nice to listen to when you're angry, or like feeling the extreme emotions, feeling the like getting stressed out by the big ideas. Maybe you want something small. Maybe you want something Tinker Toyish. People have to fall in love with music. It's hard to make it through. Some people like to say music is my escape. You know, music is my my getaway. I think that's very true. I think we need those moments, you know, because like there's a lot to get you down. There's a lot that's sort of just, oh man, think about all the way. Like if you couldn't write about killing yourself in a song, you'd probably end up killing yourself, to tell you the truth. If I couldn't listen to someone if I couldn't listen to someone bitch and moan, I just might bitch and moan myself.
I've been influenced by Bob Dylan and the Beatles probably more than anybody else, and there's a set of lyrics that strike me as particularly beautiful, and that's John Lennon's "In My Life." But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and friends that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I loved you more. And that does it. Doesn't get any better than that.
When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers, and how you built a tower tumbling through the trees, and holy rattlesnakes that fell all around your feet. But I know kids who seriously put their lives down in like a really negative, like this cynical, like calloused slump because they just like, perhaps they listen to too much like negative music. And I'm not sure whether they found something they could relate to in the music, or the music finally got to them. That's like what's dangerous. You don't know whose like what identity is really being altered.
Come gather round, people, wherever.
This is Charlotte.
Hi. This is my cuckoo dad.
I saw my daughter Charlotte play a flute recital just last Sunday. It was a very wonderful feeling hearing her and thinking that somehow, you know, the music gets passed on through the generations. In spite of everything, I can't imagine life without music. It's become an ingrained part of me. And even when I'm doing my straight job at AT&T right now, I still think of how I can transition back into music affordably and make things work with paying the bills.
Yes, I can't imagine my life without music. I don't think it'd be as interesting. I'm sure I'd find other outlets. Maybe in 40 years, I'll like say we have the same exact interview. I'd be like, dance electronica is the meaning of life. You know, like, because what I'm going through now, it's sort of like you could probably listen to the like tunes and the lyrics in most songs I listen to now, and you can probably draw some parallels if you analyzed me at the same time.